continue exploring data. And today, we will draw a bar graph to represent data to solve put together, take apart, and compare problems. We've been spending a lot of time thinking and talking and creating graphs using data. So what is that data? Floor? Yeah, it's a collection of information. Today, we're going to be organizing our information into a bar. We're in second grade. When would we ever need to use data? Why would we ever use data or create a graph? When I say teach, I want you to turn to a neighbor and talk to them about why we would ever use a graph or collect data. Teach. Face forward. Okay. So why would we ever collect data?
So we can know how many people wanted something and how many people wanted something else.
Oh, so we could collect data to find out how many people want something or how many people might want something else. So we might collect data in second grade to find out what people want to do for our free choice time. And that would tell us what most people in second grade want to do for their free choice. Eunice? I want you to take a second and look at this pictograph. And now I'd like you to take a look at these bar graphs. How are our pictographs and bar graphs different? Perry?
They're different because the other one shows pictures and this one just shows numbers, and it shows the things on the right, and they're colored in.
Right. So our pictograph shows pictures, and our bar graph shows numbers, and then they're colored into bars to show our information. So that's a big difference between the two. Pictographs are always going to use pictures, and bar graphs are always going to have a scale with numbers and then colored in bars. How are our pictographs and bar graphs similar? Rabia?
Because they show the same data.
Okay, they're the same because they both show data. Our pictograph shows data on our favorite fruits, and our bar graph shows data on our favorite. Ask ourselves, how can we create a bar graph to show data? And we're going to be collecting data on the types of tangram shapes we have in our classroom. So you're going to work together with your table as a team to create a tally chart. And then we are going to work together as a class to create a bar graph using the data you've collected. So when I call your table, you're going to work with your table groups to sort your tangram blocks at your desk. Second, you're going to record your data on your tally chart. Third, put the blocks. Where are we sorting our blocks?
We're coloring them in color.
You're sorting
Shapes and colors.
Tally chart, and we're going to use that data to create a bar graph. Now, I want you to look at your data. How many triangles did you have in your bag? Floor? 6. So I need to put 6 tallies. 1, 2, 3, 4, and with 5 I go across 5, 6. Now we can use that data to fill in our bar graph. Now I already see I have my numbers, but I just have lines along the bottom. What do you think I should put on these lines? Because right now I have no idea what my bar graph's about. Oscar?
The names of the shapes.
Oh, the names of my shapes. Why would I need the names of my shapes here?
So you can know which one is it.
So I can know which one I'm talking about when I put my bar to show my data. So on my first line, I'm going to write triangle. Where should I color to show my data for my triangle? Tyler?
6.
Yep, 6, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can you come up and show me where I should color? Okay, up to my line that goes to 6. 6. So I'm going to make my bar. We're able to take our data that you all collected to make a bar graph, but something's still missing on this bar graph. Does anyone see what we're missing? Kadilo? A title. What do you all think would be a good title for this bar graph? Remember, I call them quiet raised hands. Alarming shapes, or maybe types of shapes. Now, let's look at our data here. Which shape do we have the most of? Evelyn? We have the most trapezoids. And you know what's great about a bar graph is I can just look at this and I can see that my highest bar is trapezoid. So I know we have the most of that shape. Which shape do we have the least of? Thomas? The least of the square. We only had 3 squares. How many more trapezoids than hexagons do we have? How many more trapezoids than hexagons do we have? Fabrice? 4. How did you figure that out? Okay, so he said he counted up to 8 and then saw that hexagons went to 4. So he did 8 minus 4 equals 4. How else could I have figured out how many more trapezoids I have than hexagons? Floor? Okay, I could have started at 4 and thought, how many do I need to count up to get to 8? And we know that 4 plus 4 gives me 8. How could I have figured out the difference using my bar graph? Eunice?
You can just start at 4 on the bar and then count up to the lines until you get to 8, and then just match the lines with the
Right. I can look at my 4 where my hexagon is, and then I just count up to where my trapezoid is. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I know there's 4 more trapezoids than hexagons.